Hi guys, I'm Nigel Thornberry from WhatCulture. He's Adam Nicholas from WhatCulture, and we are here with your afternoon news. Go on, do it.
Oh yeah, you haven't got the powers, have you? You and your this is the news. Hashtag good afternoons. Look at that. Oof.
No teasers today. We've only got 2 stories, so let's dive straight into them. The first one being the fallout from Seth Rollins' actions last night on Monday Night Raw. And I'm not talking about his heel turn, I'm talking about the thing that happened right at the start of the opening promo on Monday Night Raw. Of course, they were in Chicago. Naturally, there were CM Punk chants, and Seth Rollins kind of addressed them. He said, look, I'd love CM Punk to be here, but he'd rather, what was it he said exactly? Sit behind a desk in Los Angeles and talk about a change he's too afraid to make himself. It was actually quite a nice little nod to it. It dealt with it, he could move on, and considering he turned heel, it didn't really matter that he'd already turned the crowd against him by saying something like that. Well, according to today's episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer is reporting that Vince McMahon is furious with Seth Rollins responding to those chants. This wasn't a scripted line, although they probably should have expected it. This was completely ad-libbed by Seth, and this is all due to the fact that Vince hates teasing matches and programs that he has no plans to deliver. And of course, CM Punk works for Fox, not for WWE. And they're not happy about it, basically.
Does CM Punk work for Fox, not WWE?
I wish they'd mentioned it
I wish someone had been really clear about that throughout this whole thing. This is, it's very Vince, this, isn't it? Very Vince. Although, I thought he handled it quite well, personally.
Yeah.
I think on air, things like this are going to happen, and it felt like a really organic way to address this. It's like whenever I find someone who comes up with a creative way to get rid of a what chant. Like, you're not against that, are you? You kind of, instead of trying to fight against it, yeah. Oh, loser says.
Exactly.
Oh, you were supposed to do the what bit there.
What?
There you go. Hey, never mind. Who? Who?
But the thing I find astonishing about all this is for years, WWE have been taking shots at CM Punk and responding to the chants. And when they finally have, not quite back in WWE, but as close as you're going to get over the last few years, they're like, oh, for God's sake, don't mention him.
Yeah, don't bring that guy up who we've actively given a blessing to another company who we're working with to put him on the show, which is obviously going to cause buzz for that show and across the wrestling landscape. That would be mental, wouldn't it? Why would you ever let them do that?
You're going rogue, Seth.
I don't like it. Be more creative, but not that creative.
Yeah.
I don't want you to.
I can't imagine if anyone explains to Vince what Twitter is, how he's going to react to everyone calling out CM Punk.
Wait a minute, he called me a weird old man? What is this?
Was this on Tout? No,
Tout.
okay.
Was he eating a burrito? I don't know.
Yeah, this is inexplicable, to be honest. Although, to be fair, Meltzer does say that this could have all been concocted backstage to work the locker room.
Which is kind of the layer that they're probably going to have to get to these days if they're going to try and add some sort of, like, kayfabe back into wrestling, which is, it's a difficult thing to kind of hold up, isn't it?
I wouldn't want to see CM Punk versus Seth Rollins as his first match back.
I think it would be a waste of a match. Seth isn't stupid. Seth knows what he's doing. And no matter how much he antagonizes CM Punk and says he doesn't like him or whatever, on camera, he wants that match.
Oh, yeah.
There's no question about it. Seth respects CM Punk to death and everything he did during that amazing run that he had in WWE. He wants that match. Don't let him fool you about what he's saying. But ultimately, I thought this was good, but apparently Vince's not very happy about it.
No. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below anyway, and we shall move on to one of our favourite wrestlers.
One of the world's favourite wrestlers,
Yeah.
I would like to hope, and possibly also one of the most underrated, I would also say. Xavier Woods. We all love a bit of Xavier Woods, and we've had an update regarding his injury status. Obviously, he suffered an Achilles injury at a house show in Sydney a little while back. He then had surgery on the 25th of October. We haven't really heard too much since, and we do have a little bit of an update, and it came courtesy of an interview we had with Chuck Carroll for CBS Sports, where Xavier Woods didn't lock it down, but he gave a bit of an inkling. He said, there's no real timetable on when I'll be back. It could be 5 months, or it could be 9 months. There's a lot of wiggle room in there. Now, the thing is with the Achilles injury, it's like a lot of other ones, it's very difficult to put an exact number on it because it all depends on how the rehab goes, and the rehab situation for each performer is different. You look at someone like Ciampa, who came back stupidly short time period for his neck injury, where there's other people who literally haven't come back from that injury. So this is a very similar situation with the Achilles heel. I hope it's sooner rather than later, Adam Wilborn.
Yeah, the problem is when he says something like 5 months, my brain goes, that's straight after WrestleMania. And I think the Raw after WrestleMania, what a pop he would get if he could return then. Or SmackDown, of course.
Gives him a target, doesn't it? I mean, there's a bunch of guys who were injured before previous WrestleManias, quite recently actually. And you look at the likes of Cesaro, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe's, and Seth Rollins, kind of a little bit. They've all kind of been in that boat, and some of them actually were ready for WrestleMania but didn't get the chance. I would imagine that's a good motivator. If you're someone who needs to do rehab is a grueling and horrible process for anybody. I imagine an Achilles injury is not a fun one at all. Hopefully he can get himself back sooner rather than later because his boys need him back.
Indeed.
I mean, as they did a lovely little tribute to him. Did you see that Survivor Series?
Yeah.
Ring Gate, you can also see that tribute and a whole bunch of others. 10 hidden meanings behind Survivor Series attires video. We've got that on YouTube. Go find it. It's a lovely little video.
Go and check that one out. It is well worth watching that. And yeah, get well soon, Xavier.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's keeping himself busy with up, down, down, of course.
Well, this is the thing I am enjoying about his time off. Xavier is loving the life because obviously he does a lot of gaming stuff, a lot of streaming. He's having an absolute blast doing all that. My worry is he's not going to want to come back and wrestle again. That would be a shame, wouldn't it?
Xavier, do you want to go rehab or do you want to... Yeah, probably.
Can you do both? I think he'd find a way to do both. He'd be rehabbing on a stream. I'd be amazed if he hasn't done that already.
Indeed. Get well soon though, Xavier,
Absolutely.
and let us know your thoughts on all of today's news stories in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as well. And subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcasts as well. Plus, you can send us Twitter questions for tomorrow morning's news at WhatCulture WWE on Twitter. And follow both of us. You can follow him at
It's Adam Nicholas, and you can follow this lovely man and this lovely moustache
at Adam Wilborn.
Have you got an account for the Tash yet?
Only a few days left of this, November and all that.
Yeah, donate as well. Yeah, it's a good cause.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, chuck some money at him. I haven't yet, but you do it.
You have to put up with it every day.
Yeah, I've got to live with this.
Right, this has been the After News. My thanks to Adam Nicholas. Thank you for
welcome.
watching, and we will see you soon.
Bye-bye.